Some people are born to follow the common path of others, the one that is well lit, paved by the mainstream, lined with security and comfort. But then there are those who choose different, who choose to follow a road less traveled. They must carry their own lantern to light the way. They are what we call trailblazers. Here is the story of one of them. Meet my friend and artist, Cara Van Leuven.
All I've painted are horses because I love them. And I remember going to my first art show. I was terrified. It didn't look like anything anybody else had. And I wasn't expecting to have any sales. The art show was going on and I was not in my booth. And there were people there when I got back and they were like, we'd like to buy this. And I was like, what? Is that real? And so very quickly I learned, you've got to own this. This is you. It's who you are. You do not need to apologize for it. If people don't like it, they can move on. And if they do, that's great. But don't be ashamed or feel like you're an imposter because it's you. I've just always had this drive to create. And my mother really encouraged that. We didn't have a lot of money when I was a young kid, but she would bring home rolls of paper and give us crayons, and oh my gosh, I just thought that was amazing. And even all the way up through college, when I would be watching television, I would be journaling and sketching. So I think it's just in my blood. All this started in 2008 when we had the Great Recession. I lost my corporate job, I lost my house, so I ended up in this loft in downtown St. Louis full of artists and art collectors. And there were canvases and paints everywhere, and the people there would encourage me to paint. So I did that, and my first painting was this enormous 6x6, and the paintings started to sell one by one. I would get a commission, one would sell, and it just took off. Some of the best advice I got was people telling me I should paint something other than horses. And I'm so stubborn that when I heard that, I was like, okay, well that seals the deal. That's all I'm gonna paint. When I started, I had never painted before. I mean, the first time I picked up a brush was about 10 years ago. And I was very, very influenced from living in Albuquerque, New Mexico for 5 years. And so a lot of things were very Day of the Dead inspired. So my horses had these really big eyes and they were all straightforward. And as time went on, I took the eyes away, because what I find with horse paintings, you can have a great painting, and if they don't nail that eye, which is the most vibrant part of a horse, you have messed up a beautiful piece of artwork. So I just took the eyes away. And then I started elongating these legs, and the legs would get longer as my vet bills would get bigger. And so that became a signature thing for me, was the bigger the vet bills, the longer the legs. It really reflects their fragility. Horses are strong, but they're also delicate. And just having these simple, beautiful outlines of these horses. When I first started out, I was finding anything that was available in this loft. So I would find old canvases, I would find old boards, but what was great is a lot of it had been painted on before I got to it. So I would gesso over it because I was painting with acrylics at the time. And what I fell in love with during that period was the texture. And so to this day, I am still going after texture, and I love having depth and feel to my paintings. When I start a piece of my own, it's pretty raw. It's pretty, oh gosh, I saw the horses doing this and I'd like to try to recreate that, or I like this pose of the horse. Where when I'm doing a commission, I need to know that horse's quirks. I need to know its personality, what makes it special, and then I try to project that into the painting. When you're starting out, you don't know what is going to work and what's not. It is okay to fail. It's okay to be rejected. You've just got to keep trying. And I think part of the reason I keep going is because I knew corporate was not going to work for me. I've exhausted all other angles. This is it. I don't really have an option. I've had to hustle when I haven't wanted to hustle. I've cold called, I've put myself out there, and I am just very, very comfortable with rejection. You've got to be disciplined with this. The reality is, you cannot tell what piece was made from, oh, I'm just feeling this, to what piece was because I made myself sit there. It all looks the same at the end of the day, because once you start doing it, the emotions come out and starts flowing. Having a natural, happy, positive disposition does not come easy to me. It's like working out. I have to exercise it and flex it and make myself do it and not go dark, if you will. Something I caught on to early, and I look at a lot of my friends who I've had for a long time, and I am like, you want to talk about imposter syndrome? That's where I feel imposter syndrome, because the people I have surrounded myself with, I do not feel I'm as good as they are. I cannot believe they think I have something to offer as much as they're offering me. So the support system, a few great friends, it's critical. And man, I feel lucky. People have responded so well to my art, which if somebody doesn't like it, I get that. I'm not asking you to, but it's pretty cool when people do like it. And I was in sales, like during the recession, during the winters when I wasn't carriage driving, I was fitting people for bras at Nordstrom. And it was really hard for me to sell these bras because I wanted to say, like, you know, at the rack, they're half off, just in a different color. Because I don't think everybody needs $100 bras. I just don't. But I think as far as having beautiful art on your walls and getting something that's going to bring you happiness every day that you walk by it, I think that is something you truly need. And so I do not have a fear of, if I see somebody that wants my artwork, I am not afraid to say, I think it's a good idea to get this, because I think it's a good idea. I don't think you need $100 bras, but I think you need good artwork.
The road less traveled may be unknown, but with each step, you will find the adventure is in the journey. And you might be surprised how beautiful the view can be.